the makers of Rinso, America's biggest-selling tacky soap, present a thrilling and exciting drama of life in big town, starring Edward G. Robinson with Claire Trevor. Folks, if anything deserves a blare of trumpets, it's the new 1940 Rinso. Yes, sirree, in households from coast to coast, there's been excitement aplenty ever since the makers of Rinso added that wonderful new ingredient, the Suds Booster. Rinso now gives richer, creamier suds than ever in even the hardest water. And say, wait till you see what a cinch dishwashing can be with the new 1940 Rinso in your dishpan. Great mountains of suds that make it a snap to soak grease and food particles loose in a few minutes. Then, a flick with your dish mop, a rinse, and presto, you can dry them clean as clean can be in a twinkling. Now, don't forget, ladies, the Rinso on all grocery shelves is the new 1940 Rinso in the same familiar box, but with a world of difference in the suds. In the dramatic series Big Town, Steve Wilson, managing editor of the Illustrated Press, is played by Edward G. Robinson. Lorelei Kilbourne, his society editor, is played by Claire Trevor. Our story opens in one of the underground shafts of the Big Town coal mine. Two workers are riding dump cars loaded with anthracite down the shaft.
Let's call it the last load, shall we, Jimmy?
Okay. It must be almost 4 o'clock.
Yeah. Gee, I wish they'd ease up on that there cable. These old cars ain't built for fast riding.
Hey, something's wrong.
Huh?
We should be moving this fast.
Look, the cable, it's dragging loose.
Holy smoke, what'll we do?
Pull on that brake, quick. We're picking up steam.
It doesn't seem to work.
Let me help you.
It's no use, it's jammed.
Yeah, just like every other piece of machinery in this rotten mine. How are we going to stop this thing?
I don't know, we can't jump, it's too late.
Look, the shaft. Right in front of us. We're crashing into it. Look out! Confound it, Fletcher. When I tell you to play out the story, I mean play it out.
But I did, Steve. It was only worth 2 sticks, and I gave it a full column.
You think that 2 men's lives are just worth 2 sticks in the Illustrated Press?
But where's the news value?
2 poor coal miners are dead because the Big Town Coal Mines Incorporated won't spend the cash to make their mine safe as money and science can make them. That's the news value, Fletcher.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll show you. Miss Foster.
Yes, Mr. Wilson.
Bring me in the folders on the Big Town Mine.
Yes, sir, right away.
I've made up my mind, Fletcher, that I'm not going to let another accident at the Big Town Mines get by with a few lines on an inside page. I want you to have a look at the yearbook of the Bureau of Mines. It'll open your eyes.
Here you are, Mr. Wilson.
Oh, thank you, Miss Foster. That's all. Now, Fletcher, we know that coal mining is one of the most dangerous occupations in this country. Now, look here. 14 years ago, over 9 people were killed for every 1,000,000 tons of coal mined.
That seems awfully high, Chief.
Yes, but today, thanks to modern safety methods and equipment, the fatalities have been reduced over 70%.
In the Big Town mines, too?
Oh, no, Fletcher, that's just it. That's my complaint. Their ratio of fatal accidents is nearly 10 men killed for every 1,000,000 tons mined. In other words, Big Town mines, as far as safety for its employees is concerned, are worse than they were 14 years ago. Yes, and that's in spite of the splendid work of the Bureau and its Division of Safety.
Gosh, Steve, I had no idea.
Yes, neither has the public. But they will tomorrow when these figures are published in the Illustrated Press.
You mean you're going to print these facts?
Why not?
Well, what about old Dave Campbell?
Well, what about him? What about old Dave?
Why, he's president of the Big Town Mines, chairman of the Big Town Trust Company, one of the biggest men in this town, Steve. You're not tackling some hoodlum of racketeer when you go after him.
Now, look, Fletcher. Suppose old Campbell himself had been in one of those cars that ran wild down that mine shaft. That would have been a big story, wouldn't it?
Sure, but...
Well, 30 men were killed in Dave Campbell's mines last year. That's a big story, too. All of them might be alive today if it wasn't for Dave Campbell's greed.
But, Steve, if you publish that, Campbell will move heaven and earth to get you. He's a tough old
Yes,
citizen.
and if I didn't publish it, I'd be a yellow hound. What's worse, a bad newspaper man.
Okay, you're the boss, Steve.
Now, take these figures. Rewrite the story yourself. Replate the front page. Now, this is your banner head. 2 more men die in Big Town mines. And don't spare the big type or Dave Campbell.
Yes, sir. I'll announce you. What name's
I'll announce myself.
Well, just a minute. Just that.
Are you Wilson?
Yes. Who are you?
You know darn well I'm David Campbell.
Oh.
You're going to know a lot of other things before I'm through with you.
Well, Mr. Campbell, won't you sit down?
I can say what I've got to say standing up, Wilson. Everything you've said about me in that paper of yours in the last 2 days, you're going to retract.
I haven't mentioned your name, have I, Mr. Campbell?
Certainly you have. You've mentioned the big town mine, haven't you?
That's right.
Well, that's me. I own it.
Oh.
Yes, and my father and grandfather owned it before me.
There. And you're still running the mine just the way your father and grandfather did.
That's so.
Your men are facing 3 times the risk of any other coal miners in the country.
My miners aren't complaining, Wilson. They make good wages. They live in houses the company built for them. They got credit at the company store.
Well, perhaps it was a model town when your grandfather built it, Mr. Campbell, but today it's an eyesore. And as far as your store is concerned...
Yes, what about the company
I don't know what your men pay, but on my last visit there, I paid 20 cents for a 15-cent tin of pipe tobacco.
That's all of it.
Yeah, but all this is beside the point, Mr. Campbell.
Yes, what is the point?
The point is that men die unnecessarily in your mines. And I'm going to headline every fatal accident in those mines until you do something about it. Now, is that clear?
Perfectly. But before I know anything about that, I'm going to do something about you.
Well, I'll worry about that when it happens, Mr. Campbell.
When it happens, you will worry. Good day, sir.
Good day. Oh, windbag. Miss Foster.
Yes, sir.
Ask Laura to come in, please.
Yes, she's right here, Mr. Wilson.
And send Fletcher in, too.
Yes, Mr. Wilson.
Yes, dear. What do you want?
Lorelei, war has been declared.
What?
War against Old Man Campbell and the Big Town Mine.
Oh, I see.
And I'm changing your rank around here, Curdy-Locks. For the duration of hostilities, you're no longer a society reporter. You're a sob sister.
Steve, must you always talk in riddles?
Well, this is no riddle, Lorelei. I want you to go out to Campbell's mines and get a sob story. Take a cameraman with you. Take Toby, yes. Talk to those people out there. Particularly the women. I want to know how they feel about these fatalities of the mine. Have Toby take pictures of those old huts that once were Campbell's model town.
Okay, Steve.
Are you sent for me, Steve?
Yes, Fletcher. Campbell was just here. He threatened to silence our campaign against the Big Town mines. Well, instead of being silenced, Fletcher, I want this paper to scream just twice as loud.
Right, Steve.
Now get going, Lorelei. Find out all the dope you can and get back here by press time.
Model town, eh, Toby?
Yeah.
Now I see what Steve meant. Look at those dingy houses, broken windows, porches caved in. Why, it's horrible.
Great company, though, Lorelei, huh?
I suppose it is, but look at that house over there. Can you imagine calling a place like that home?
And we got a story to turn in, so let's get going.
Okay.
Hey, there's a woman out in front of that first house. Might as well start on her.
Say, Toby, don't you think you ought to carry that camera a little less conspicuously? You know, there might be someone around here who objects to picture taking.
Didn't you ever hear the freedom of the press?
Yes, and I've also seen lumps on your head that have proven it. Harry! 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 Yeah, Ma. Will you wake your father up like a good boy? Okay. I beg your pardon, madam. Yes? But my name is Lorelei Kilbourne. I'm from the Illustrated Press. Well, I've been sent down here to interview some of the women of your community about the living and working conditions of the miners and their wives.
Oh, I see.
Would you care to tell us a little about those conditions?
Well, we ain't supposed to talk much about ourselves, no stranger.
Hey, do you mind if I shoot some pictures of the house, lady?
No, you can't. You see, there's orders against such things.
Oh, just a couple of views. I'll send you one for your album, maybe.
No, please don't. And don't ask me no questions, miss. You'll only get me in trouble.
But all I want to know is...
I don't know nothing.
Hey, you.
Oh, look, here come the company police. Now, will you please go away?
Get some pictures anyway, Toby.
Put that camera down, buddy.
Who are you?
I'll show you who I am, wise guy. Grab his camera, Walker.
Right, boss.
I got it.
Hey, now, wait a
Mr.
minute.
Campbell will hear about this.
Yeah, that's a laugh. He always likes to hear about you, sob
Hey, let go of me. Give me back my camera.
Getting tough, huh?
You leave him alone.
Get out. I said, give me back my camera.
Let him have it, Walker.
Toby!
Grab that game.
Let go of me!
Smash that camera on the rock.
Mr. Parsons at the bank, Mr. Wilson.
I'll put him on, Miss Foster.
Yes.
Hello?
Good morning, Steve. Can you drop in sometime today?
Why, certainly. I'll be there before lunch.
Well, I'm awfully sorry, Steve, but my orders are to call those notes for the Illustrated Press.
But I don't understand, Parsons. They're my own notes secured by my stock in the paper. The interest has been paid regularly, and the notes curtailed substantially as they were due.
I'm sorry, Steve, but those are my orders from the board.
And the board got its orders from Campbell. Yes, but this time he's wrong. I can show a statement that'll get me the money anywhere else in town. After all, Campbell doesn't own every bank in Big Town. Well, I was wrong, Lorelei. Campbell may not own every bank in Big Town, but not one of them is going to make a loan when he tears thumbs down.
Steve, does that mean you're going to lose the paper?
And I'll lose control, which is almost as bad.
Oh, dear.
It'll go into the hands of receivers appointed by Campbell, who will name a managing editor who will take orders from him. They haven't got the paper yet. I'm going to see Campbell myself.
Told me that when the time came, you would do your worry. And the time has come. Is that it?
Well, in a way, that's true.
And so you're here with your hat in your hand, whining for me to call off the dogs.
No, I've simply come to ask you not to destroy a valuable property. The Illustrated Press has its place in Big Town.
Oh, it'll still have its place. It'll change its character. Go on, Wilson. In 48 hours more, your notes will be due. If they're not paid, you're through. I'll put a man in there who'll run it like a sane man, like Peabody used to run it. Instead of the yellow, rabble-rousing cheat you made of it. Big Town will be well rid of you than what you stand for.
Yes, I might have known it was useless to expect consideration from you.
Exactly. Good day, Mr. Wilson. Waiter, you heard my order. I've got the next train.
Yes, I'll be with you in just a minute.
Yes, and the condemned man ate a hearty breakfast. Only this is lunch.
Steve, I don't see how you can joke about this after what Campbell police did to Toby and me, that beastly old man.
Well, it's been a lot of fun while it lasted. We've done Big Town a little good.
Oh, excuse me. You're Steve Wilson, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, I'm David Campbell's son, Douglas.
Oh, well, how do you do? This is Miss Lorelei Kilbourne.
How do you do, Miss Kilbourne? We've met, haven't we?
Yes, I believe so.
Well, Mr. Wilson, I followed you here from Dad's office. I just want to shake your hand.
Why, certainly. But I don't quite understand why you
I'm
followed...
my dad, that's why. I don't agree with what he's doing to you.
What do you mean?
Well, I think you're dead right about the mines, and nobody knows it better than I do. I spent 2 years in them after I got out of mining school.
Oh, is that so?
Yes. And I'd be running them now if it wasn't for one man, Barney Buffum.
But, well, who's he?
Oh, he's the mine superintendent. He has been for years. You see, I got home from school all full of ideals and high purpose. I wanted to clean out the air shafts, install new fans, and condemn a lot of old equipment. Oh, ever so many other necessary changes. But Buffum convinced my dad that all my ideas were newfangled claptrap, and Dad backed him up on it, so I quit. He won't even allow me near the mines now.
Well, that sounds...
Steve, I've been looking all over town for you.
Why, what's up, Toby?
There's been a terrible explosion at the Big Town mine.
What?
Explosion? I knew it. I knew it would happen someday.
Well, what happened, Toby?
A gas explosion. They don't know how many people are killed and hurt, but several men are trapped on one of the lower levels.
Oh, how awful.
Toby. Yeah? Toby, get right back to the office. Tell Fletcher to round up all available men.
Steve, what are you going to do?
Well, we'll move the facilities of the Illustrated Press to the Big Town mine.
I want to go along with you.
Well, thank you, Douglas. We may need you. Toby.
Yeah?
Tell Fletcher we're setting up field headquarters of the Big Town mine explosion. I want cameras, typewriters, phone lines, and telegraph wires.
Right.
Well, then what are you waiting for? Get a move on.
Okay, Chief.
Lorelei, this may be my last day on the Illustrated Press, but believe me, Curly Locks, it's also going to be the biggest.
We'll get back to Steve and Lorelei, but right now I'm going to be put on the spot by a big town housewife. Fire away, Mrs. Martin.
You see, Mr. Seymour, with the big family wash to do every week, soap is a mighty important item in my household. That's why I want to know about the new 1940 rinse soap. For instance, how does it work in hard water?
Just swell, Mrs. Martin. You see, the new 1940 Rinso has an amazing suds booster in it, an ingredient that makes Rinso give far richer suds. Why, even in water hard as nails, you get heaps of longer-lasting, fast-acting suds that soak clothes snowy white, often in as little as 10 minutes. Then merely a light rubbing between the fingers on extra dirty places, a thorough rinse, and the wash is ready to hang on the line. Does that answer your question?
Indeed it does. Now, something else. Is this new Rinso safe for washable colors?
I should say so. Washable colors look bright as sunshine even after dozens and dozens of washing.
Well, thank you, Mr. Seymour. Rinso for mine.
I'm glad of that, Mrs. Martin. And don't forget, this wonderful new sub booster has been added to Rinso at no extra cost to you. The Rinso your grocer now has is the new 1940 Rinso. It comes in the same familiar box. Returning to the story of Big Town. Steve Wilson and Lorelei and young Douglas Campbell have arrived at the entrance to the shaft leading to the wrecked mine level. They're pushing through the crowd toward the entrance of the shaft.
Oh, Steve, this is awful. Just look at those drawn and haggard faces.
That's pretty bad.
Women and children waiting till they don't know what.
Lady, if you're going in the mine, will you find out about my Joe? Joe Barrett's his name. Please.
Yes, I'll try. My husband, too, miss. I've got to know about him. Oh, I'm sure he's all right. Steve, can't we help these people?
Well, we'll do all we can, Lorelei.
Here we are, Mr. Wilson. There's a car coming up now.
Thank you.
All right, stand back, please. Give them a little room, will you? We've got to make way to get those boys to the hospital.
Get back a
Those
little bit.
stretchers. Are they all dead?
No, Lorelei, not all of them. I hope not, anyway.
Those women. Watch their faces as the stretchers go by them.
Move back, please, now. Give them air, folks. Will you, please?
Oh, Joe, that's my Joe.
I just can't take it.
Well, here, Lorelei, come with me. Douglas is talking to someone over there. Maybe it's Buffen, the superintendent.
Never mind that, Buffen. Until my father gets here, I'll give the orders and you'll take them.
Look here, you young fool. I'm still in charge of this mine.
You'll still take orders from me, do you understand? Now then, are all the men out of the mine?
That was the last load of them we can get.
How many are buried down there, Douglas?
8 of the men are in the heading of the 800-foot level, if they're still alive.
Well, how did it happen?
Who knows? Maybe a spark from the car rail. Maybe some fool lit a match to stake the smoke. Probably never know.
Well, we know there was gas. There wouldn't be if the mine had been properly ventilated.
There's always gas in a coal mine.
It isn't allowed to accumulate in a good mine, Buffen.
Well, it's too late to talk about it now.
You're digging out the fallen material to get the men out there, aren't you?
Of course. Got a double crew working. But it's a big cave in. May take days to get through.
But that'll be too late.
Well, how long can they last, Douglas?
Oh, I don't know. They're probably sealed in. They'll exhaust the oxygen in a few hours. Buffen, I'm going down to that level.
I'm going with you.
No, Steve, don't go down there.
No. There's no danger now, Lorelei.
Here, Mr. Wilson, if you're going. Hop on the car. You coming, Buffen?
Yes. Blow her away, boy.
Okay, boy.
We ain't got a chance, I tell you. We're going to die. We're going to die.
Quiet, Jenkins. We ain't gonna die. Don't you think they ain't digging for us?
We're going to die. We're going to die.
Be a man. You'll be a man.
We ought to be digging too, Bill.
Of course we should. Now, listen. We'll douse all the lamps at once. That'll save the batteries.
Okay.
Don't tell us how long it'll take them. Come on, we'll tackle that cave in and dig toward them.
Wait a minute. Is that them? I hear picks.
Huh? No, nothing. Just your imagination. Come on, boys. Let's dig. Come on.
Here we are. Stoop a little, Mr. Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
Put your head against the timber.
That's right.
The gang's working just around this next turn. Come on. Now, listen, men. Listen. Yeah? No, don't stop digging, but listen to me. Double pay for every man, and you only work an hour at a time. Come on now, get into it, will you? There'll be a fresh gang down here every hour.
How far do you have to dig to get to the man?
Too far, if you ask me. There ain't a chance of reaching them in time.
All right, Buffen. Then we'll reach them too late. But we're going to reach them, aren't we, boys? Now, come on, Buffen. We better go back to the service and organize shifts. 1 each hour until we reach those men.
Okay.
Come on, boys, dig in. We'll have a fresh gang down here in a few minutes.
Mr. Wilson. Yes? You walk back with me a little way. Certainly. What is it?
Button's right, Steve. Over 200 feet of that mine has fallen in. I don't know how long it'll take to dig through that fall. There's only one chance.
What's that?
Well, I know these mines better than I know my own house, and I've got an idea. Come on. We'll go back up above. I'll show you.
Anything you say, Douglas. Lead the way. Here we are.
Steve.
Oh.
Steve, I was never so glad to see anyone in my life.
Well, did you get your story in?
Yes, and I stopped by the hospital. I've talked to the wives of some of the men who are still down in that awful mine. Steve, is there any hope for them?
Well, Douglas has an idea. He may be able to reach them.
Wilson,
Yes?
I just got this map of the mine where the men are buried.
Well, let's have a look at it.
Now, you see, this is the main shaft.
Right
That's
here.
the one we just came out of.
Oh, yes.
Now, these side tunnels branch out of the main shaft at various levels.
Mm-hmm.
And here's where the men are trapped, at the 800-foot level.
Oh, yes, sir.
800-foot level.
Yeah.
Yes,
Now, this other map,
Yes?
that's a cross-section of the old number 2 mine.
I see.
That's right next to the cave.
Well, is it close enough to dig through to the man?
Well, here, look for yourself.
Oh.
Now, see, when you put these two maps together like this, they don't seem to be over 18 or 20 feet apart.
How do you know the map is accurate?
Well, far from accurate or not, we're going to try. It's a lot quicker than trying to dig through 200 feet of fallen timber and rock.
Yeah, well, just how do you think you're going to do it?
Well, we'll drive a pipe through.
A pipe? Or what?
Yeah, see if it works, we can get air and food to those men.
Old number 2 mine must be full of gas.
All right, then. We'll take gas masks and white mice.
White mice? Why?
Yes, miss. They're affected quicker by gas than people are.
Oh.
They warn us when it's time to put on masks.
Well, how far apart did you say the two mines are?
Well, my guess was 20 feet, but if we and those men are lucky, it'll be less than that. Come on, let's get going. Come on, Buffin. You got the ventilators and fans going in number 2 mine?
Yes, but not long enough to clear out the gas.
Here are the masks.
Peter, you got the mice?
Here they are, Mr. Campbell.
Now, I want volunteers to go with me in the number 2. 6 of you. Who'll go?
You only want 5, Douglas. I'm going.
Oh, this is a job for miners, Mr. Wilson.
Well, then I'll be a miner.
All right, who else will volunteer?
I'm your man, Mr. Campbell.
Come in.
Me too. I'm with you, boss.
My brother's down there.
I'm in.
Good.
Well, then we're all set.
Well.
Now, look, men.
Yes?
You bring those drill heads and length the pipe and follow me. And put your gas mask around your neck where you can reach them quickly.
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Wilson, will you take charge of these mice?
Why, certainly. Anything you say.
Now, watch them. If any one of them feels over, give the alarm and put your own gas mask on.
All right.
You all ready, men? All right, lower away. All right, here we are, men.
Which way are you going to drill, Douglas?
If my calculations are correct, we should be exactly opposite them. Well, have you threaded the drill point in the pipe?
Yes, sir. Where we started?
Oh, right here. Come on, boys, get going. How are the mice, Mr. Wilson?
Lively as cricket so far.
Good, I hope they stay that way.
You know, that is a great idea, Douglas, of yours, driving a pipe. You can certainly drive a pipe a lot faster than the men could dig. And the pipe will let in air, water, while the men wait to be dug out. Isn't that the idea?
They're still alive. We'll rescue them. Come on now, boys. Come on, dig in. All of you. Come on. Dig. Come on, boys. Dig. All together. Dig.
Oh, can't you stop him? Can't you stop him?
You can't stop a man that's only half conscious from moaning, Bill.
They're finished, I can. Have we got to die here like rats in a trap?
If it's God's will, we do.
There you go again. If there was one, you suppose he'd let us die and rot in this hole in the ground.
He's let better men than you or me die, Bill, so let's face it. That's what's in store for us.
You still think there's hope?
We're still alive, ain't we?
Well, the air's pretty foul, and this is the last battery for the lineup. There was only something we could do.
We might pray.
Pray.
Yes, pray, if it ain't a bad idea. Does anyone know a prayer?
You don't have to know a prayer, Bill. Just ask God to help.
Then you do it for all of us, Peter. You know how.
Well, try. Oh, Lord, we ask for your help to get us out of this fight. But if for some reason that ain't your wish, then please, oh Lord, help us to die like men and forgive us for our sins on earth. I like men.
That's quiet. Go on, Peter.
And watch over our loved ones up there in your blessed sunshine. Amen. Amen.
Listen, you hear it too?
Listen, men. It ain't from back toward the shaft. Where's it coming from? It's here. On this side wall.
Yeah, it can't be. It's our heads again. It's our heads again.
It's help, boys. They're coming through from the old number 2 shaft.
Don't stop, God in heaven. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. How many feet have you drilled down, Doug?
22 feet.
22. But I thought you said it would be only 20 feet at the most.
I did. I can't understand it. Must have guessed wrong.
Well, then it stopped. What's the matter, Douglas?
Oh, I don't know. What's up, boys?
It's no use, boss. We must be off the line.
I'm afraid that's right. It looks hopeless, Steve.
Well, you're going to give up?
What do you say, men? Shall we make one more try?
It's up to you, boss. Red game.
How much fight you got left?
Not even 2 feet.
All right, let's drive the rest of it all the way in. Come on.
I want to go.
Listen. Hey, listen.
Yeah. They're working again.
Look. There. At the end of the head. Dust falling. They're almost through. It's breaking.
There it is, boys. A drill hit. They're through. They're through. Bang that pipe with your hammer. Let them know they're through.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's through that drill head. Right. There you are.
Hello. Hello there.
Hello.
Are you all right?
Yes. But we need air.
All right, we'll pump some oxygen into you.
Hey, get some water in.
All right. Keep your chins up now. We'll have you dug out within 12 hours.
Thank God. Did you hear that, men? In 12 hours, we'll be free again. Thank God. Thank God.
You better go and get some rest, young fellow. Your share of the work's finished now.
Oh, I'm all right. A little fresh air is all I need.
Well, here we are at the surface.
How are you?
Quiet, please. Please, all of you. All of the men trapped in the mine are alive and safe. We've gotten a pipeline through to them for air and water, and the rescue crew should have them out by evening.
Thank you. We're so grateful to you, Mr. Wilson.
Douglas. Yeah? Douglas, I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you. You've got to go home fast. Oh, what's the matter? Your father's had a stroke. I'm afraid the shock of this last disaster was too much for him.
Douglas, how is your father?
He never recovered consciousness. He's gone.
Oh, I'm sorry,
I
dear.
am too, though.
Well, I came straight to you. I wanted to end any worry that you might have, Steve. But there's one thing I'd like you to believe.
Well, I'm sure I can, coming from you. What is it?
I'd like you to believe that if I could have told him what you did for me today, he'd have done the right thing. Will you?
Of course.
Oh, and I want you to know something else, Steve.
I know what you're going to tell me. That when the big town mines open again, they'll be as safe as science and money can make them. Isn't that it?
Yeah, that's it. How did you guess?
I didn't. I knew it.
The other day, a friend of mine said to me, "You know, until I heard you talk about Rinso on your program, I never could get rich, creamy suds on wash day. Because where I live, the water is as hard as nails." Well, now, as I told my friend, it is true that water hardness in the United States varies from place to place. But it's also true that water hardness is something that doesn't bother Rinso use. Because the new 1940 Rinso, thanks to the amazing suds booster it contains, just
naturally ends hard water work.
For you see, the new Rinso dissolves so quickly and whips up into such richer, thicker suds, whether the water is hard or soft. See? And ladies, if you want your washing machine to turn out dazzling white washes, you just rely on the new, richer Rinso. Remember, Rinso is the only soap that's recommended by the makers of not one, not a few, but 33 famous washing machines. And believe you me, their endorsement is heartily approved by the millions of women from coast to coast who are proud of the whiteness and brightness of their Rinso wash clothes. That's why I strongly urge each of you to use Rinso first, last, and always in your wash. And say, ladies, here's a tip that means extra convenience for you. Remember, the Rinso your grocer now has is the new 1940 Rinso with its amazing Suds Booster. It comes in the same familiar package. Another stirring drama of life in Big Town, starring Edward G. Robinson with Claire Trevor, will be presented next week, same day, same time, same station, with original music composed and conducted by Fran Frey. All the characters and all the places named in Big Town are fictitious, and any similarity to persons or places is purely coincidental. In presenting our story, there was no reflection intended on the vast majority of mine owners who have cooperated in every way with technical and modern safety devices. Remember, friends, you can get your new 1940 Rinso containing the amazing new Suds Booster at your grocery. Do that tomorrow, won't you?